Hey, when's the last time we looked at every tank and every fish? I think it's been a few days. Let's go ahead and do a walkthrough of the fish room. Let's take a look at every fish, every tank, and get an update on what's going on in each. Let's go. Let's start with this 90-gallon aquarium, and I'm really happy to report that the hole in the head that I talked about in prior videos has almost entirely disappeared. I still have a little scarring on one of them, but if you look at the foreheads of these geos in particular, you'll see that the hole in the head has pretty much gone away. This one, who had the worst case of it, has one little scar above his left eye, but otherwise looks really, really good. The severums were never affected by it, fortunately, so they continue to look really good. The electric blue Ocharas are doing very well in here. There's a larger one who has deeper color. I suspect this might be a male. I really can't tell the difference. But there's a smaller one back there. Has a little more white in the body. I suspect that might be a female, but again, I'm just sort of guessing. The Buenos Aires tetras continue to work as dither fish, and maybe they've calmed down some of the chasing. The AC Hecali, you can see his forehead looks very clean, and this geo looks very, very clean. I started adding Vitacam to the water. I've been using salt when I do water changes. I've been doing at least a once a week water change. And of course, I also have the green killing machine. This guy over here on the corner. This is the green killing machine. UV light. Good for tanks up to over 100 gallons, and this is 90. So it's pretty good. Doing a great job. You can see great water quality. And this would make a great discus tank with that UV light on here. And being 90 gallons, fill it up with real plants. I think it'd be a great discus tank. Just something to think about in the future. Love how curious these fish are. But I feel really good about having won that battle with the HLLE, head lateral line erosion. Let's go over here to the Livebearer tank, and there's just a tremendous number of fry that are making it, primarily because of that hornwort giving them so much cover. You can see how many there are. There's guppies and also some platies in there. I've been feeding them this starter food from Northfin. They sent me a bag of this fry starter food. It's like talc powder. The consistency of it is like powder. The little fry are just munching it up and doing really well. I'm keeping the fish well fed because, of course, I don't want them to be feeding on the fry. A couple cories in here. There's also a pleco in there somewhere. I got some of those almond leaves that are decomposing, but the fish eat them, and they do add some minerals to the water. Let's go to the Betta tank. 29-gallon Betta tank. The Betta's hanging out under the sponge filter. Not sure what he's doing down there. He normally doesn't hang out down there, but that's where he is tonight. This tank, of course, is now the home of a lot of little baby plecos. You can see one right there on the, see if we can catch one on the cave right there. Not sure if you can make them out on the cave. Little baby there right at the top of the cave. There's more of them around here somewhere. And of course, I've got a male and female pleco in here and some coolie loaches. This tank with all these plants is doing really, really well. The Anubias is doing great. This little red lily sort of found its own spot in the tank. I think it's dropping roots into the substrate. This Java fern is doing great. I'm going to clean it up, get some of the brown Java fern off of it, make it look a little cleaner. There's a little petite Anubias down there. It's doing great. You see in the background there? Little petite Anubias growing like a little tree back there. These are sponge filters from the aquarium co-op. Caves from underwater galleries. And I have all my smaller tanks have these aquarium co-op heaters, which have a very easy to read out, very easy to work with and set. 50 watt heaters in the smaller tanks, and the bigger tanks have 200 watt heaters. Let's go over here to the 300 gallon African cichlid tank. This tank is 7 feet across. You can see one of the lines. I have two air lines that come into this tank and kick in the event of a power outage. So that if there is a power outage, the fish continue to get oxygen. When things are running right, of course, they have a lot of oxygen from the two outputs, two of those lock line outputs that are near the top. I have them near the top for two reasons. One is oxygen. The other reason is in the event of a power outage or a pump failure, the tank is not going to back siphon forever. It's just going to back siphon for just a little bit until air gets into that line, and then the back siphon will stop. So there's a reason why it's so close to the top. One thing I love about African cichlids is how curious they are. They're coming over here to check me out. Some of them are more skittish than others, but usually they're pretty curious, especially the more dominant fish like this trout, sand diver. Malawi hawk is usually pretty shy. Buccochromis rhodesii yellow and the Fusco. Beautiful pattern on that Fusco. Beautiful anal fin, kind of a reddish orange with nice egg spots. The Coengi. One of the fish that the camera never does justice to. Buccochromis. Love the look of that sand diver. Love the metallic blue on the top of the body. I also love the way they behave, the way they love to push substrate around and dig in the substrate. They also will bury themselves if they get frightened. Very interesting fish. The fish I seldom show because he usually hides in the back is that tangerine tiger right there. These are really pretty fish. Tangerine tiger. So we can get a close-up on the face of that hawk. Such a unique look. Over at the 210, we have everyone doing great. Let's get a little more light on it. There we go. Sally the Salvini. Female Salvini, beautiful blue on the top of the body, around the face, lining the fins. Get a little red and blue lining the pec and the dorsal. Red in the belly and the anal fin. Just a gorgeous fish. An albino tiger Oscar and a regular tiger Oscar, which is twice the size, and a big old vieja. Loves her cave. Might be getting too big for it. This firemouth is just a beautiful specimen. Picked him up at a local fish store. Love the way he has a little bit of green in the eyes and the red with that black dot on the bottom is beautiful. Up there he goes, always challenging the Nicaragua, who sometimes will face off with him, other times just ignores him. The Nicaragua has beautiful colors. Let's see if I can capture it with the right exposure. She's a beautiful fish. It's female. In the back there, kind of hiding and being shy, you have the chocolate cichlids. One of them bit me the other day and actually left a mark on my finger. They have some very nice teeth. Little Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey's very docile, never really gets into it with anybody. He has a big camera hog. You can see all my ditherfish in here, my silver dollars. They're looking happy. Usually they hang out right there in a bunch. There's a green terror, that I picked up from Brandon the Blind Fish Keeper, who I understand is no longer on YouTube, which is a shame. I'm sure he's got his reasons, but that's a true green terror. You can tell because it has the white rim, the white edge on the tail. Even though the gold psalm is very, very beautiful. I like the gold psalms a lot. But this one has the white, and it's very, very pretty. All right. The red tear is hiding in his cave. Maybe he'll come out before I'm done filming. And here we have the planted, 55-gallon planted. And this tank, I think, is being maintained in a very good condition because of the number of plants that are in here. There's real wood, there's plants. We've got a little bit of a cleanup crew. There's a pleco, and then up there there's an albino pleco under the wood up there. You can see them. And there's about 3 quarries running around. And then I've got this weirdo over here, whiptail catfish, algae eater. Very strange fish. Look at the nose on him. Very bizarre. But the plants seem to be thriving in here, including this wisteria. Of course, the hornwort, little ember tetra in there, all by himself. I might have to get him some tank mates. Love the rasboras, the way they like to school, just like their rummy noses. Also have some red-tailed rasboras in here. A lot of crypts that I picked up from the Aquarium Co-op. Again, the Aquarium Co-op is a big sponsor of the channel, helping me out with heaters and lights and plants. And that's it. I think we got everybody. A full fish room update. Any questions you have, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Some AC Hecali. Still want to get an albino Hecali. See the little red thread fins, the little red coming off the top of the fins and off the tail of the Hecali. They really are beautiful fish. Those little thread fins, those little trailers can get pretty long. So that's the fish room update. Hope you enjoyed that. Share your comments below. Let me know what you think about what's going on. Let me know what fish you think I need in the fish room. And some exciting news. I might be having a new sponsor for the channel to provide some fish for the fish room. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to see where that goes. And of course, a shout out to the Aquarium Co-op, who has been really helping me out a lot in this fish room. All the tanks are lit by Aquarium Co-op lights. They're all the smaller tanks are heated by their heaters, and so they've really been helping. The air pumps are all Aquarium Co-op air pumps, lithium battery backup, so that if there's a power outage, the aquariums still get air, but as you saw on the tanks. So at any rate, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope to see you on Saturday for the Cichlids and Coffee live stream. That's at 11 a.m. Central every Saturday. And if you like the channel, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, and that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in, my friends. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.